Thank you for tuning in to Tackling Tomfoolery. I'm Malika Rogers.
And I'm A.M. Lewis.
And today we're going to briefly talk about shit that we want y'all to stop putting on social media.
Lord Jesus.
Just make it stop. Cut it out. End it. Put the kibosh on it. Whatever words you want to use, phrase you want to use. Some shit y'all need to just cut it out.
Cut it.
That post way too dumb. You need to cut it. Oh, man. Y'all need to just let some shit go. So I'm started off. Old ass articles. Stop posting old ass articles.
Especially the ones talking about somebody's dead.
Frederick Douglass been dead. Don't post no article talking about, did y'all know Frederick Douglass died? Yes, bitch, we all knew that.
Oh, sad loss. Oh, tragic loss.
Oh my gosh. Or
2008.
Right. Or when, especially aside from the ones about people's death, I don't like the articles that are incendiary. Like don't post an article about, say, Rodney King. Don't do that. Like it's something that just happened. Don't do that. We're already all on edge. We out here trying to be black and alive, and that's hard. And then you gonna come with the stuff to piss people off, and then you open the article thinking that you already got your fist balled up and whatever, and then you look at the article and it's from 2012. Y'all need to stop it. I need you to just Google or phone a friend. I don't know. Figure it out, but stop posting old ass articles. And if you find an article that's old but interesting, how about you preface that in your post and say, hey, this is an old article from 2012, but I thought it was really interesting. It tells some interesting facts about thus and so, whatever. You can do that, but don't be posting no old shit like it's CNN breaking news. Don't do that shit. Yeah. Cut it out. You look goofy, and you stress everybody out on your timeline. You stop it. What? Harriet Tubman died? Oh, Lord Jesus, Harriet! Yeah, y'all cut it out.
When is the home going? Oh.
What time is the funeral?
Sunrise, sunset. Oh, Jesus. So my first one is memes that talk about what a quote unquote real man would or would not do, or a quote unquote real woman would or would not do. So it's primarily memes, but I see people saying this too. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see it. I don't want y'all to be talking about it. I don't want the memes. A real man, such and such and such.
Oh my gosh, cut it out.
I don't like anything about it, and I don't like anything about it because all you need to do is swap out one word. Swap out for real. You could say what a mature man would do, what a grown man would do, which is typically what I always think, because this is grown shit. Typically, what they're talking about. Typically, sometimes it'd be some fuckery anyway, and the whole meme just burn up into little, I don't know what, cyber ashes, something like that. But I just think it's just silly. I don't even really know. I in my mind, I had talked this all up, and now that I'm actually talking, all I have for it is it's stupid. A lot of times it's reductive. And the real, I mean, let's not be out here trying to quantify real, okay?
No.
A lot of times it's super heteronormative. It just is limiting and wrong, and I don't like it, and I want everybody out there to stop posting stupid memes and stop saying that, a real woman would, which, let me just make this point, is different than a real one.
Oh, gosh.
They're a little different. You could slightly say a real one, because I'm a real one. A lot of times when people say that, they're not really a real one, but okay, whatever.
Well, they are a real one. It's just not the one they're talking about.
Okay. Okay. I feel like somebody can call you a real one, but you can't claim yourself a real one seriously.
Girl,
You
you
can
know you
playfully.
fucking with a real one. I mean,
Playfully. Okay, but no, I like that. No, you're not.
um,
I don't like it.
I I hate all those memes. Um, and sometimes I unfollow people who post a lot of that shit because they be getting on my nerves.
I told you I've left groups behind it because what I'm not going to do in my social media time. No,
Tell
thank
you
you.
what a real woman does. She unfollows you.
I like it.
My number 2 thing that I want you to stop putting on social media, all your motherfucking business. And I really did write it down just like that.
That's funny.
I feel like,
But appropriate.
I think it's okay for people to be transparent if they feel that's beneficial to who they are, or maybe if they have some kind of business that's beneficial to their brand and they want transparency. But I think there's a difference between transparency and telling all your damn business. I think those are two very different things. I don't need to know everything about you. I don't need to know things about you that usually only your partner should know or only your mama should know or whatever. I don't want to know you like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do know you like that, I need to know you like that outside of social media.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need to tell everything. I've seen people who have a child together fall out and act a whole fool on, social media. I've seen relationships break up and people just acting a whole donkey on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen friends fall out and people get name calling and calling each other out just, you know, in a way that everybody else doesn't need to hear. Like, even if y'all want to get at each other this way, you can just do that shit face to face. It does not need to be here. Um, I've heard the blow by blow, the beginning and to end of relationships, where I didn't need to know all of those details. I didn't need that. I'm sad that I can see it. And I'm not talking about a person who's writing an autobiography or some shit. I'm just talking about the day to day posts that people, tweets people write, or Instagram pictures they post with captions, or Facebook post, Google Plus. I don't give a damn what it is. Keep all your. You don't have to tell everything to everyone. You just don't. Keep a little mystery, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Just save some of the. I went to a funeral many years ago, and there was a woman at the funeral who was acting a complete fool, and those are all the people that you always know were shitty to the deceased person.
That's
Just
what they say.
the oh Lord, take me, and oh Lord, why her, and she was laying all across the casket. It was like a serious production, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a man standing next to her as she's laying across the casket and going on, and he says to her, save some for Jesus. Yeah, save some of what you're saying for Jesus. Tell him. So, and that's what I think when I read people's posts where they just be on and on about their business and other things they don't need to be telling everybody. And I just be like, save some for Jesus. Uh, just cut it out. You ain't got to tell everything. You don't. You really don't. I promise you don't. I promise you can stop telling all your business and you'll be A-okay. I guarantee.
Right.
Yeah.
Concur. I absolutely do. And I feel like there's a difference between people who grew up with social media, like starting with MySpace and now it's exploded, and people like me who were like, oh, well, oh, look at this, your shit's right here in 2008.
Mhm.
And so it's only been in the last 10 years I'm accustomed to not telling my business
Mhm.
publicly, so when I see adults particularly doing some shit. This woman that I know casually doesn't live here anymore. I don't know what happened. She had gotten married. She got married and moved away. And one day I'm scrolling down the timeline, my feed actually, and she has posted a picture of some woman, some literally dusty woman in a bra and panties,
Oh God.
and talking about, said something about her. The implication was she found these pictures in her husband's inbox or on his phone or something, and he'd been fucking around, blah 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 blah. She posted that on her time, on her. You're too old. Okay. Don't.
No, ma'am.
Why? And I actually hit her up because, like I said, we know each other casually. We've always been real cool, and I understand pre-social media, but I understand how you get to the point where you just don't care and you're gonna say some shit. Okay, that used to be me. Like when my ex-husband and I were living in Germany, and we were hella young. We would be arguing like on the German equivalent of the light rail because it was Germans, right? And we're arguing in English, right? I didn't care. Well, a lot of Germans, by and large, speak English. I wasn't thinking about it, and I was just like, "Fuck it, why?" So I get it, right? I get when you don't have any filter, but everybody's grown now, and this is your marriage. You don't really want anybody to come on now. So I hit her up, and I was like, "Hey, not quite sure what's going on, but sounds like it's not cool, and I hope everything is okay. But look, you're actually drawing attention to this, and I know you don't want that. I'm just saying you might want to reconsider." Sweetie. And she did. But yeah, come on now. Don't.
Yeah, I have hit
Let's
people
not do
with
that.
I think at least twice I have hit some couples, one on Instagram and one on Facebook with the
How about y'all?
y'all might want to go on and take this down. Hashtag office space. You might want to just go on and
If you could just delete that post,
that'd be great.
Sips coffee.
Take it down, fool. Because y'all out here wilding in front of the world. Stop.
Okay. For real.
Next thing.
It's my turn.
Your turn?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My next thing is memes with quotes from people who did not say that shit.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking Will Smith, George Carlin,
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, listen, people. Just because a meme has some wise or thought-provoking words and a picture of somebody you think might be freaking Morgan Freeman. Don't shit. If the quote can't be attributed, that's just somebody that threw some words on somebody's picture. Don't be sharing that like it really was said. Or listen, you can always Google quotes to people. And it's someone that I'm like, oh, I want to acknowledge that they passed away. I Google quotes from them. You can find quotes from everybody. So if Will Smith really said whatever deep shit that the meme says, just Google it. Google it.
Right, and usually you can see the actual footage if it was said.
So who's the actual attribute, whatever, who said it? Yeah. I don't like it, and it's been going on for so long now, and I never cease to be surprised by people I see posting that stuff and co-signing it. I know that's right. No, you don't.
That's not right.
That's right. And
Shut up, Susan.
I in general want everybody to be a lot more savvy about posting stuff without knowing whether or not it's true, whether that's an old article or freaking meme with a quote. Stop it. Stop all of it.
Cut it out.
Stop that uninformed basic shit.
I want people to stop posting information about their business if they can't show and prove. Like, stop talking to me about your, I don't know, hair salon if you're 3 months behind on the salon rent. You haven't been able to rent a booth out to anybody, so nobody works in your shop. Your work is subpar, and you have to catch um, the RT, the bus, to get to work because your car was repossessed. Don't talk to me about your business.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it. Don't talk to me about how great business is. Don't talk to me about how much money you're making. Do not say any of those things to me if you cannot actually back up your success with some kind of actual empirical data.
Okay.
I see a lot of people like they have an idea for a business, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so they might put on social media, I'm about to start selling, I don't know, bracelets. I've been making bracelets, about to start selling them. And you're like, oh, that's nice. You're going to start a bracelet business. And then, like, the following week, they talking it up to you like it's super successful. It's been 7 days. I know good and damn well you ain't made but $35 off them bracelets. You better shut up.
Right.
Stop talking to me about it. And don't try to get me into nothing that ain't working for you.
Mm-hmm.
If your salon is 3 months behind on the rent, don't try to talk to me about renting a booth there.
Yeah.
And telling me how much money I'm gonna make renting a booth at your salon when we ain't even gonna be able to stay in that motherfucker because you did not pay the rent. Stop just stop Facebook fronting in general.
Yes.
But when
definitely.
people try to make their business be something it isn't, it annoys me because you're trying to take somebody down with you.
Yeah.
If you down, be down by yourself. Don't try to bring anybody else with you. Don't grab onto somebody else's ankles. Don't do that. Just if you fail, you just fail. Fuck it. And then you could try it again some other time. But you don't have to Facebook front on any level, not about a business, not about a relationship, not about a career, not about anything. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. You don't have to tell us you ain't got it, though.
Don't
But
nobody care anyway.
no, because everybody has their own struggle.
Got some shit. Okay, right.
Yeah, everybody has his or her own struggle. So, you're not alone in your struggle. Struggle might be different from yours, but everyone has them. You do not have to stop, front, cut, and stop it. You don't have the best relationship anyone's ever had. You don't have the nicest house anyone's ever lived in. You don't have the most successful business anyone has ever run. You don't. Nobody does. Cut it out. Everybody has a something that is a problem. So, stop fronting. That fronting mess, especially when you know the real. You see it and you like, I just lent you money to pay for the light bill at your shop.
Right.
You get off here.
Cutting you off.
You get off here posing with that stack of money, 10 of which are my dollars. You stop that. So I just stop fronting. Cut it out.
I concur. The Facebook, the fronting, especially on any level.
Mm-hmm.
Any level, come on now.
Mm-mm. People lie about the most random stuff.
The selfies from the angle that makes them look super, curvaceous when in reality,
child,
that's some camera trickery. And part of me respects that, because how you figure out to do that?
Right. You want to pull them to the side and be like, what angle did you use?
Is it you got an angle that can produce some hips that I don't have? How can I do it? Yeah, just stop it, because no one's really that pressed for you.
No.
You're acting. Yeah. Anyway,
you don't have to do that. Don't.
No. So my last one is people who post stories with the caption, "This is what they don't want you to know."
Oh my gosh. Oh.
They don't show this to you. But I see it.
Right. I'm looking at it right now.
Listen, this shit ain't. Someone told me, I forget who it was, Malika. It might have been in girlfriend chat. Somebody was saying that. This was a couple of days ago. Someone said that on the story about the bombings in Austin.
That they
They
didn't
don't want you to know. They don't want to talk about this. Listen, I've yet to see a post like that and be like, word, because I don't know about.
Never once.
Not ever. And there are degrees of story. Sometimes it's just something positive. Little black child has done something, accomplished something, blah, 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 blah. But even then, you're posting it on social media, and they're never original posts. They're shares.
Right.
So you got this story from somewhere. You're sharing it. A lot of people get their news on social media, and there's some stuff that really are basically social media stories or online stories. You're not going to find this on the 6 o'clock news. And you really don't have to, given the fact that, as I just said, we now take in a lot of information and a lot of news online.
Yeah.
Foolish, you talking about it? You posted about it? Oh, guess what? We know.
Mm-hmm.
We're knowing. Stop it. I understand that, mainstream media isn't always going to tell all of the things, but we have so many outlets with which to find out information and share information, and learn things. I'm hard pressed. They don't want you to know. You shut up.
Ugh, it's so exhausting.
I don't want you to post. They don't want you to post. How about that? You stop it.
And those people always think they're so smart.
They're so deep and
right, and they usually can't even put together a whole sentence. There's always they don't want you to know. But I like it when they tell you they don't want you to know this, but it's an article from a mainstream site.
Right.
Like it'll be from I don't know, fuck it, HuffPost. And they'll be like, they don't want you to know. Bitch, do you know how many people read HuffPost? Like, what? You sit down.
Yeah.
Of course they wanted you to know. That's why they published this article. Shut up. Oh my gosh. You're not smarter than everybody because you went to the Daily Beast and got an article.
Seriously.
You don't know something that's secret.
Those people to me are up there with people who post legit fake news and don't realize it's fake news.
Oh my gosh.
And they be like real serious about it.
Mm-hmm,
and I don't see it as much anymore. I think people are smarter, generally speaking. But what I used to do would be go to the site, hit the about page, where oftentimes it was like,
it tells you it's satire.
Satire, blah, blah, blah. Screenshot it, comment.
I've done that many times.
Me too. But the problem is you do that, and then because people don't read comments, someone will 2 comments down from you be like, this is ridiculous.
That happens, and you know what else has happened to me is I've been like, hey, it's satire. Here's the Snopes link. Here's a piece of the website itself.
Snopes, yes.
And then I've had people say to me, well, I mean, it still could happen and it still would be awful. Why are you still talking?
Stop trying to just be like, oh, my bad.
Just the part where you just delete this whole shit instead of trying to. Now you want to pontificate about how awful it would be if were it true. Nobody has time. Just be like, oh, I screwed up. I posted some bullshit. Let's move on.
And then sometimes they be super indignant. Oh, so you saying since it didn't happen, it could?
Use the white man Snopes. And that's why you just think that's what they want you to think. Want you to think it's a lie.
And if it's conservative, Snopes is a liberal lie.
Right. Right.
If you don't get the hell out of here. You're a lie. With this post you just made. How about that? You're a lie. You a lie.
a whole ass lie.
Absolutely.
Just stop it. Stop it right now.
Well, you don't have any friends.
Ah,
No one likes you. You don't have any friends.
mm-mm,
You lie.
mm-mm. That's all you do is lie.
Fake
All
news,
you
person
do.
lie.
Mhm. So, that covers it. The shit we want y'all to stop doing on social media. Probably
Tell
the
your friends to stop doing it too.
people who listen to us probably don't do these things, but
No,
anyway.
not you guys. Love you. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks for listening.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, thank you.
Appreciate ya.
Sure do. Sure do. So, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Tackling Tomfoolery. I am Malika Rogers.
And I'm A.M. Lewis. Bye, y'all.
Tackling Tomfoolery is produced by Bryn Inman for Evergreen Talent Collective. For more information, find us on the web at www.tacklingtomfoolery.com, on Facebook at Tackling Tomfoolery, and on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud, and make sure you rate and review the show, as that helps people find us. If you'd like to contact the show, email us at tacklingtomfoolery@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 916-573-1065. Let us know what tomfoolery you're tackling. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Hey, fellow tacklers. We thank you so much for listening to our show. If you're interested in supporting us, we would be ever so grateful. You can donate to the Tackling Tomfoolery podcast at patreon.com/tackling tomfoolery.